Alright, so we'll continue. For the cube, actually, maybe I just want to rename this as texture, and then I want to desaturate this top corner a little bit, and just darken it a little bit before I move on. Okay, so now I'll move on. For the wood cube, I can actually duplicate the previous cube that I have, which is what I did here. So I duplicated the layer before flatten, where I have all these layers still on it. Okay, so all these top 4 layer that I hide it, I can actually delete them. And then I'll just rename this as wood cube. So it speeds up my workflow, I guess. I think the general shape is still pretty similar. Now I just want to create one more layer to colorize this cube. I'll pick this color over here. And I'll do a fill like this. Now make it the clipping mask just to this area. And I'll set this to multiply. Okay, so it colorized everything to be more brownish. I think it's a little bit too much, so I'll just desaturate it a little bit. And maybe this face on the right side is too dark, so I'll bring the fill down. So it's not super dark. 70% seems good. And the bottom part, maybe just a little bit too dark, so I'll dodge it a little bit. Okay, I want to create the background layer, so create another new layer. I'll name this as background, and I'm going to I'm just going to just do a marquee selection M to just select this area. I'll pick a dark color, get ready to use my gradient tool. And the second color here, I'll use this darker color here. Okay, then I'll do a gradient tool from top down like this. Okay, so seems about right. Seems to be a bit more bluish in the reference, so let me just make it a little bit more bluish just to match that. Okay, so this is the brown layer is like colorize, but it's more like multiply. So because I don't want to use color, because color will not add the volume, I have a feeling that if I start this with darker colors, it's much easier. So this layer blending mode is on multiply to add the brown color to it. Now I want to add this darker details. I zoom out a little bit, name this layer as, let me call this dark details, and I would start adding some of these darker lines. Okay, so I think my brush is a little bit too dark, so let me do it again. I use a more brownish brush, more brownish color, and I shall change this to multiply. So although I use a more brownish color, I can still use multiply to change the detail level. Now I'll try to add these details, holding shift just now, so my line is a bit straighter. So this line is a bit thicker, so getting this line right is quite important. Looking at the negative space on the left side here compared to the right side. Okay. That's what I was doing. Remember that the top part of the surface is there's a direction change, so when you add the details, make sure the direction change as well. Erasing some of it, keeping some of it. Change my opacity down a little bit, erasing some. So most of this is on full opacity, and then when I erase some of this, it becomes thick and thin lines, which is quite important. We have some line variation in our brush strokes. Okay, so dark lines are almost done. And now I'll add some orange lines. Orange lines. Create a new layer first. Then add some orange lines. Okay, actually I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.